why you should explode. Anytime you get a group of 4 people together and you start to get to know one another, and it doesn't take me long to talk to each individual to start to see the bonds that are created by an organization, whether you're in one team or another. There are several teams represented, but just like this is one team, this organization all comes from the same couple of performers, Jeff and Greg and Marion, right? And so what we know about that is that once you get a group together that starts to create some bonds, then phase 2 is they start to get active. This group's already active. Right? There's a lot of go-getters in this circle. A lot of people. Now, I understand that what you saw out, the go-getters handing out the 15 first night packs and things like that. The promotion that we're running is to expose that video 15 times a month. That does not change. Okay, now I would encourage you to take the next step and get first night packs, because that's where your results are going to come from. But there are a lot of people on track to make sure that July camping trip happens. So first, you put a core group of people together, and you add the necessary pieces of people that have different personalities, make the group relatable. Every time I look at the group picture, I know we have some new people to add to that group picture. Christine and I say the same thing. I'm like, that is such a sharp group of people. And so you just got to add more people to it, right? So what happens is you get a core group of people together, and then once you have that core group of people together, then you start to create some bonds, and those bonds are being created. There's no doubt in my mind.
You don't sleep on floating beds in that bed.
And so then once you get that core group together and you start to create some bonds, then you start to get into activity. And because you get into activity, your bonds become closer. And then the last phase comes, and that's results. But the results come through a team that commits together to grab onto those results. Many of you in here have already grabbed on to being accountable to one another to make sure that you do the right amount of activity to make what you want to have happen. Your next phase is to figure out a results goal for your organization. And so I just want you to know that it doesn't matter whether you figure that out at this major here or 6 years down the road. The team doesn't move on until that next phase happens. And so Christine and I feel like you guys are at that point where we've seen it happen many other times in this room. Start a team, get some bonds, grow a group of people together, create some more bonds, get into activity. That activity creates a fact that, I don't want to get left behind. We heard some stories at our dream building thing. The people showed the plan flat out just to make sure they did not get left behind.
Nothing wrong.
That is a key. And then, boom, the results start to come. But you got to make a decision. Anybody in this circle independently can say, I'm going to get results, and you can go out and you become the next performer, the next coordinator, the next leader. You don't need the group to do that. But a team explodes when they move together. And so if you guys want to get the results that this organization is looking for, then you have to come up with a team goal that says, all right, it's great you're showing plans, but now this is what we need to do. And I'm not telling you what it is, because you know what? You guys got to figure that out. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that if I'm a bet man, I'm not, but if I was, I know that you guys are ready for the next step. So you make the decision to take it, and we're going to see some great things come from the league. I'm not talking here down the road, I'm talking about my league.
Yeah.
I think, to me, you guys should be thinking, I'm not saying who, and I have a new gal here, and I love what she said. I just met her today, and she said, I realized there's no line here. I don't have to wait in line for the people in front of me. I can go achieve here. There's no waiting list. So, I love you all, right? I want you all to win. But there's no line. So why not this group as a goal? Do you want a leader out of this group? Or
Absolutely.
Leader? Want to break a leader? How about this team have some people up here, whatever you call that. What are the words? Not stage hosting, introducing, thank you, couldn't think of a word. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You are phenomenal. You are winners. Because every time we have this summer picnic, this team comes out, and what do? We win every time. We win every time because we're competitive. You guys are competitive. And we usually have the least amount of people there, right? And so you just have to turn that, just like Mark said, into something take your activity and force it into a result, and you will get that result, right? You could say 1,000 all day long, but as soon as you say 5 coordinators, doesn't it take it and make it go, I can do that, I can be a part of that. And that's what you have to do on this team together, is take your activity, just like Mark said, and come up with something you gotta have. It can't be a like it. It can't be a love it. If it's a gotta have it, we want to have 3 tables. We want to break power players. We want to break a leader. It'll all make the leader happen. It'll all make all your goals and dreams happen, right? So that would be totally something that you all run for. And then you will just find results from, you're not okay just doing it because you have something you gotta have, right? It's great to be a go-getter, but let's make something happen from it.
Listen, there are people in this circle right now that I know are uncomfortable enough that you know in your heart of hearts that this is getting ridiculous. And it's great to be in activity mode, but I'm tired of this. Like, I know that. I don't have to talk to you, I know it, because that's how winners feel. When winners aren't getting the results they know they should get, they start to feel uneasy. And I'm not saying you're all uneasy. This is your journey, it's your trip. Wherever you want to be is wherever you want to be. But I know that there are some people feeling uncomfortable. That's a good thing. That's God tugging on you, saying, all right, it's time to take the next step. So you figure out what that next step is. And here's the game plan. This is funny. I had a gal on the other team come up. She said, I need to talk to you. I said, okay. She's got a great sense of humor. She said, I need to tell you my game plan. I said, okay, what's your game plan? She said, power play. And I said, oh, I don't know about power play. You should probably back off. And what she was saying was, the game plan, there is no game. The game plan's power play. Whether that's goal too, that could be the goal. But power play is going to get you wherever you want to anyways. And so I'm not begging. We're going to 1,000. I know this team's going to the top of the charts. I just want it to be with you guys. So your job is, if you're uneasy, that's a good feeling to have, because that's, to me, that I have strong faith. That's a feeling saying, hey, you know what, it's time to move forward a little bit. I got to figure it out. And then you got to look in the eyes of your teammates and you got to say, this is what I'm doing. Because here's what happens when you do that. You can give up on yourself all damn day. Good luck giving up on the people that you got bonds with. So we're ready? Revolution in the middle. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Revolution! Revolution! Revolution!